So I just saw the new Knives Out movie, Wake Up Dead Man. And how was it? Pretty good. What's it about? Well, in the small town of, I think, Vermont, there is a church. The guy who's the head of the church, played by Josh Brolin, is Monsieur Wittick, and he is this he's a priest, but he's also kind of a hateful person and inspires anger and hatred in his followers. Whilst there is his underling, played by Josh O'Connor, is like more about teaching love and peace in the church. So then they two come to a head and they have a constant clash of personalities. But then eventually Josh Brolin ends up dead, and now Daniel Craig, returning as the role of Daniel Blanc, he comes back and he's here to solve the crime. And so in case you're wondering what I think with the first two Knives Out movies, I like them. I give both 8 out of 10. They both got their problems. And sometimes the mystery's a little not like what happens in the mystery, but who the perpetrator was. I kind of predicted in both movies, and I'll give them this. This is the first movie. Well, I kind of predicted by the end, but for a while I actually had a hard time understanding who was actually the perpetrator. Again, there's like a huge cast of characters. There's multiple people who could have done it. Is the multiple followers of the church or suspects. I can't go over all of them because there's so many, and again, I have to do other things in our review. But let's say there's a diverse cast. I can't say each one of the suspects are as interesting as, say, Knives Out or Glass Onion. I think Glass Onion did the best with the suspects' personalities, and Knives Out. And this is the suspects in Knives Out. Some of them were better, some of them were worse than the suspects in this movie. That's why. The best one though is probably the Glenn Close's character, the church lady. She's my favorite one. But the main characters are the real highlight. Blanc and Josh O'Connor's character. Those are two of the standouts for me. Especially Josh O'Connor's character. I think he's the best character in all of Knives Out franchise. Daniel Craig plays the detective Blanc so well. Like he does every movie. He captures the wit and humor of the character. Also able seems like a smart, intelligent detective at the same time. Yeah, so I say, he's always great as ever. But again, Josh O'Connor's character, he's a religious guy. He also he killed a person during a boxing match, and he's kind of conflicted over that. He wants to be teaching that Jesus is a loving person, but he's also kind of angry and very full of rage himself. So it makes a good character arc for him as he learns to control it, and I think it's easy to highlight the film. But there are a few problems with this film. Again, so while most of the characters are good, there is one character. He's supposed to be who's Josh Brolin's son. He was annoying. He was an annoying character. I get that he's kind of supposed to be an annoying a-hole, but it felt so just boring, cliched. And another issue this movie is it's 2 hours and 24 minutes. Did not need to be 2 hours and 24 minutes, in my opinion. It could have been cut down shorter. It could have been I think 2 hours in at most, maybe 2 hours and 10 minutes, but 2 hours and 25 is stretching. I kind of got really tired by the end. Okay, can we wrap it up? Can we hurry up a bit? But it wasn't insufferably slow. I think it's still better paced than Glass Onion. But I have to say about all the Knives Out movies, I think this one's probably the least funny. There's still a lot of funny moments in it, but compared to Glass Onion and the first Knives Out, I didn't laugh nearly as much as I did in those first two. So those are my major complaints. But again, by the end of the day, they're not significant enough to significantly decrease my enjoyment of this film. I overall had a good time. I had a good mystery, good characters, good humor, which again, while it's not as good as the first two, I still think it's great. And again, watching how everything unfolds and when you start to put the pieces together is so satisfying. That's what a good murder mystery should do. Whilst I do want to see Rian Johnson take a break from Knives Out, I wouldn't be mad if he does Star Wars again. Yeah, you heard me. Last Jedi, it's probably the best Star Wars outside the original three. I know people are going to hate me for that, but I'm happy, bro. And also, again, he's a very talented director. Breaking Bad. Brick is a criminally underrated film, which I think you should all go see right now. So, again, I'm always interested in what he has to do next, and I cannot wait for it. Even if it's another Knives Out movie, I think it's going to be good. I'm gonna rate Knives Out, Wake Up Dead Man, the same as the other two Knives Out movies, 8 out of 10. So far, 3 8s in a row.